We just want to make this quick video to show you. Come over here. A lot of people, whenever this here's a lamb that we butchered yesterday, or we skinned yesterday from right here off our farm, and this right here, a lot of people have trouble whenever they're going to sever the back quarters, and here's where they have trouble. They start hacking over here, they'll start hacking underneath, trying to saw their way through. And really, if you get close, I'll show you right here. See, there's this ball joint right here, and there's a tendon in there that you had to sever. And when you cut that tendon, that comes right up. And then that makes it where you can just do this. See all this holding it right here?
Oh, wow.
And then you got a hind. You got your hind quarter. Now it's a little, we're out here remodeling a farm, so. And then this one here you do last. But like some of this right here, you can take this.
Lamb ribs?
This ain't rib. What you'll do is you'll take this. This is just extra skin. This is flank. This is what they call their flank. Pull it off. It's this tough stuff to get off. You don't want that going into your ground. You can take your little knife. It's tough. And the rest can be ground. Now something else. People miss this on their animals. A lot of people make this mistake when they're doing their deer. Huge mistake right here. They're gutting it and they just start hacking. Right here's one of the best pieces of meat. It's a loin. Now this lamb wasn't very big. It's not gonna have big loins, but on some of your animals they get real big.
Look how easy it is to get it off.
It's one of the most tender things, of one of the most tender spots of the meat. And I get further up in here, there might be a little silver on it. You know, most people won't take it way up in there like that. You don't have to do that. But I just want to show. That's tenderloin. And the second one. Now on these right here, a lot of this just pulls right off. And there you go.
Nice. I'm gonna come over here.
Okay, so I showed you the loins. Right here it comes off. I showed you the flank that you can take off. A lot of people throw it away. I really don't like the waist. And then the front shoulder, these are pretty simple too. There's really nothing holding out. You can go all the way under here and start getting all this meat, and I'll see if I can show you what happens when you do that. Okay, now I don't know if this one here, if they'll have it the same on all animals, but you have to watch it when you're trying to scavenge and get all the meat. You'll end up getting glands. They have glands around the armpits. They have a gland in the hindquarters. Like there's glands in these areas right here, a big nasty gland, and it'll make your meat taste nasty. So you don't want that. But like this animal didn't have a whole lot of meat on her really, so probably not going to have a problem missing a gland. And on these right here, on these front quarters, the best thing to do whenever you're butchering them is most of it you just turn to sausage or hamburger. But like there is a steak in it. There is one steak. This ain't particularly the steak, but you can make a lot of jerky and stuff out of there. There's a nice little steak down inside. And here's why a lot of people just turn it to sausage, because it's layered, and in between the layers you have this is tough. You know, you don't want to sit and eat that. You have these spots, you don't have to cut it out. I'm just showing you what's in there. You know, little tough tissue and stringy things that you take forever chewing through. It's stuff you don't want. Like this here, I take it, I cut off this tough stuff, and if it'll pull off, just to keep it out of my ground meat. Sometimes some animals it'll pull right off, but anyhow, if it don't, it just goes in the ground. Let's see this right here. Now I'm doing a lamb, so I'll have to look up some stuff myself, but make sure I don't throw any good portions into the ground. Okay, so like right here, you can see as I get under here, this is where this was under the, pretty much the part that's under the armpit. This here is where that steak is that I was telling you about. Look at that. See that? Pretty piece of meat.
It is pretty.
So we'll take this, go like this. Take it from back here. Put it on a little animal, you're not going to get big pieces. That's just the way it is. See, she's got, this is boned, or not bone, but cartilage. I guess same difference. It's too tough to get through. But anyhow, I'm not going to waste any more time messing around with that. The rest of this, you just kind of fillet this out here like that. See, and you'll just skin this whole thing right here. Now the gland's up in there. That's where you're going to find a gland. More ground, and you know, nothing's really getting wasted.
Got this handy dandy sharpener over at Home Depot, under $20.
See, this is cartilage.
Nice example there.
All right, we're gonna come back with part 2 in just a moment to show you some more things. We're gonna have a coffee break. Like this here would be a nice, you know, this ain't gonna be the way that textbook of how they would say to carve a lamb, but out here on our own farm, we'll do it how we want. But for example, you know, it'd be a nice little chunk of meat to cook up. You're not gonna pull off big chunks. When it's the reason we butchered this animal and got rid of her was because she wasn't growing properly. She wasn't getting pregnant. She really wasn't, you know, doing anything she needed to be doing. I kind of want to see if I can show you a gland. No, if I find one, we'll show them on the next video.
Okay.
Bye-bye.